Thank you for joining us for today's last community telephone town hall of the school year. My name is Jerry Ular, and I'm the Public Events and Engagement Coordinator for DC Public Schools. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everyone that if you would like to ask a question at any time during the call, you can press 0 or you'll be added into our speaker queue. And now I'd like to pass it over to Corey Colgan, Chief of Teaching and Learning.
Thank you, Jerry. Good evening, everyone. Before we get started with our town hall this evening, I did want to just take a moment to recognize the devastating tragedy that just took place in Texas recently. I know it hits very hard, especially for our education community and our families, parents, and students. So just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge that. DCPS continues to be committed to work with our partners across all city agencies and other community organizations to protect our students at school, to ensure there's a safe environment, and to provide mental health and other resources and supports as needed. Today, I am joined by several of my colleagues. I would like to introduce Wesley Thomas, who will be talking to us in a little bit about our Pride activities. Jennifer Rosenbaum, who leads our acceleration efforts, and Rosanna DeMamos from our Language Acquisition Division. So to get us started tonight, I'm going to actually turn it over to my colleague Wesley to tell us about some of the celebrations we have in store for Pride Month.
Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening. My name is Wesley Thomas. I use he, him pronouns, and I am here to get you all excited about Pride Month, which will be happening in exactly 1 week. So we have 2 events that we're going to be hosting and hoping to get folks to attend. The first one being our Leading with Pride event. This is for our students within the district that identify as LGBTQ and allies. This is going to be more of a celebratory event, different from years prior where we've done more education and peer-to-peer learning. But since this will be our first time meeting in person since the pandemic, we just wanted to give the students an opportunity to let their hair down. The theme is going to be house and ballroom, and so the students will be able to get an opportunity to learn different skills and compete in different categories and win trophies and celebrate. And so our next event that we're going to be having, which is more for families, students, district administration, we're going to be painting the street with pride. So from starting at noon on June 11th, which is couple of hours before the actual Pride Parade, we're going to be meeting at the intersections of Church Street and Q, and we're going to be essentially painting the street along the parade route, getting people excited about Pride festivities, and we will have tons of swag to share with you all. So please come out and support. Registration links for both events can be found on the slides you see. And I will hand it back over to Corey. Thank you.
Thank you, Wesley. Very excited about those upcoming events to celebrate our students and our community coming together. The school year is coming to an end, and we are excited about summer. It's going to be fun. We also have a lot of great learning opportunities in store for DCPS students. And so for the rest of the program tonight, we're going to talk about the myriad of summer programming options we have for our students. This year, we will feature a lot of hands-on learning opportunities across our grade levels. There will be a focus on literacy and math, being integrated actually into a lot of hands-on learning in science and social studies. We have added new enrichment activities, including things like sports, drama, the arts, and the summer is all about, as I said, learning and enrichment, but also strengthening those relationships between students and families. And all of our programming is free of charge. And so we hope that if you have not signed up already, and this is of interest to you, that you will join us. At the end of the evening, we'll be sharing the website where you can find the registration for all of our summer programming. But to kick us off for a little bit more detail, we're going to have Jen Rosenbaum tell us about some of the elementary programs.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jen Rosenbaum, like Corey mentioned, and I'm so excited to talk to you today about our elementary summer programming. There's 3 types of programming available this summer for elementary students. I'll talk a little bit about our elementary acceleration programming, and then Rosanna will talk a little bit later about our English learner summer academic programming, and then Corey will talk a little bit about our extended school year. For elementary acceleration, it's a 5-week program, so it runs July 5th through August 5th. It's full day, and it's open for all students who are currently in pre-K 4 through 4th grade, meaning that in the fall, those are the students who will be entering kindergarten through 5th grade. A typical day, we'll go into a little bit more detail in a moment, but students will come, they'll have an opportunity to eat breakfast, do some community building, and in the morning, they'll engage in hands-on, enriching academic instruction where they really have an opportunity to have fun with content while strengthening core literacy and math skills. They'll eat lunch, and then we'll have enriching afternoon programming that's focused on sports, drama, arts, all of those additional activities that we know students love and enjoy before they wrap up and go home in the evening. So if we're to talk a little bit more about the morning time in elementary acceleration, this is where we'll see students across the city, across grade levels, engaging in really hands-on learning. You can see the photo here on the slide is an example of one of our units from last year where students are engaging in learning about motion and forces and actually building their own roller coaster during the summer. We also have opportunities for students in other grades to build air rockets, make treasure maps, maps of their school community, research and advocate to add new monuments to the National Mall. We have all kinds of opportunities for children to really have fun and be engrossed in content that is meaningful to them, while simultaneously strengthening some of their core academic skills. And then when students move into the afternoon programming, we are so excited to partner with many of our community organizations to provide really rich non-academic enrichment activities. So we'll have opportunities for sports and physical activities, soccer, dance, street hockey, tennis. Students will have the opportunity at some sites to be able to write and produce their own plays, put on musical performances, engage in gardening, do STEAM activities, so science, math, engineering, participate in clubs. We have a wide variety to really be able to spark different students' interests and give students what they're interested in so they are happy to engage. We have spaces that are filling up fast, so if you have not signed up already and would like to, like Corey mentioned at the end of our session this evening, we'll have registration information. But you can see that there are 18 sites for elementary acceleration across the city. Those are those dark blue schools listed at the top. The schools in light blue right under, those are the schools that are going to feed in. So Tubman, for example, students who go to Bruce Monroe, Bancroft, Raymond, and Tubman will all be together this summer, hosted at Tubman. The schools with stars, Bunker Hill, Brown, Randall Highlands, Burville, Savoy, Garfield, King, Henley. Those are schools where we do have some available spaces left. So if you have a child at any of those schools or the schools that are feeding into those sites for this summer, we recommend you sign up quickly before the spaces go so that your child can get an opportunity to participate in this programming this summer. And I'm going to turn it over to Corey to talk a little bit about middle school.
Great, thank you, Jen. So for middle school this year, we have 4 different types of programming. We have our traditional middle school acceleration programming for students who need some additional time with the courses that they've been taking during the school year. They need some reinforcement in those content areas. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. We have some great new enrichment programming And then, as mentioned before, also for our middle school students, we have our LSAT program, which is geared specifically for English learners, particularly those who may be newcomers, who are at the beginning stages of their English learning. And then we have ESY for some of our students with special needs. So we'll learn more about those in a moment. But let me talk first about the acceleration programming. So these programs are designed for our middle school students who need a little additional support with some of the coursework from this year. What we have tried to do, similar to in the elementary space, is to make the coursework that they'll engage in this summer to be interdisciplinary and as hands-on as possible to really spark the engagement of our students. They will come in similar to elementary. They'll have some community building time at the beginning of the day. They'll have their coursework that they do. There'll be opportunities if students have room in their summer school schedule for things like arts and CTE or career technical courses to learn about different careers. And then there'll be the opportunity for lunch and then a daily wrap-up. I want to talk now about some of our specialty enrichment programming, and this is an area where we have really expanded for this summer and have some exciting new opportunities for students. So expanded this year and back by popular demand for year 2, we have our Algebra Accelerator courses. So these courses are designed for students who are coming into 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, and they are helping to prepare students to be on that advanced math track that will prepare them to be successful in taking Algebra 1 as an 8th grade student. When students take Algebra 1 in 8th grade, they can earn a high school math graduation credit, a high school math credit to help them on their way to graduation. So those courses are designed to give students a little extra boost in some of the skills and to push them forward so they'll be ready for that advanced track. The second area of enrichment programming is career and technical education. We want our students in the middle grades to become aware of the wide range of exciting career and technical education courses that are available to students in our high schools. Our high schools offer so many CTE programs, and many of them lead to excellent career opportunities, whether they're internships or certifications that students can earn. So we want to give students a taste of that early on. This summer, we'll be featuring courses in coding, programming, robotics, and graphic design. We also have an opportunity for students to earn original credit. And again, just like Algebra 1, this is an opportunity to earn high school credit that will help students along their pathway to graduation, even when they're still a middle school student before enrolling in high school. So we have high school original credit courses available in art, health, Algebra 1, and Spanish. If students are interested in those courses, they should definitely talk to the counseling staff or teachers at their school to make sure that they meet the qualifications. There are some specific qualifications for some of those courses. For example, for the Spanish course, you need to have successfully completed at least 1 year of middle school Spanish to be eligible for the Spanish course. And then we have 2 brand new enrichment activities that I'm so excited about, and they're featured on the slide there in the flyer, but we are offering for the first time a band camp for middle school students. What's really great about this is students who love music can come to band camp. They can learn a new instrument or further their knowledge of an instrument that they already play. And they will have the opportunity to participate in a performance at the end of the summer. They'll be around other students who are passionate about music as well, and really have a fun and exciting and creative experience this summer. And then for those students who love to be a little more active, or who, like me, love the outdoors, we have added for the first time outdoor pursuits, and we've partnered with many great organizations here in DC, as well as many of our excellent physical education teachers. Students will learn about and have the opportunity to engage in rock climbing, parkour, hiking, and canoeing, and other fun hands-on physical activities, archery, etc. So it's a really great way to spend the summer, to get out in the city, get to see some beautiful spaces, make new friends, and be active and healthy at the same time. So really thrilled about the outdoor pursuits. There's been a lot of interest, and we're just so happy to be able to offer this to our students this summer. All right, moving on to high school. Our high school programming, the core program that we run, is very much driven by the credits that students need to earn to graduate. So we have both a credit recovery and an original credit summer program. What's exciting about this is that for the second time, students who participate in our high school summer school programming will have the opportunity, if they have enrolled in the Summer Youth Employment Program, to participate in Earn and Learn. And that means that they'll engage in a career focused curriculum and then their summer school courses, but they can earn money for successfully completing those learning experiences. So the majority of the students enrolled in that are students who need to either retake a course or need to fill a course in their pathway towards graduation. We also have English Learner summer programming and ESY available for high school students as well. So just to give a little more detail on the high school credit recovery, this is an example for an opportunity for students to get back on track towards their graduation. The dates for this are July 5th through August 5th. It's a 5-week program. Students will be enrolled by their counselors at their current high school. So if there are any questions about this, students should speak to their counselors. We also have the original credit accelerator, and again, that's a certain number of courses that students may need to graduate. Students can enroll in as well to get ahead or get back on track for their graduation. So that is, I should add, although it's not on the slide, there are also opportunities for students to take college level courses. During the summer, high school students. That's something called dual enrollment, and we do have partnerships with local universities where students can take courses and start earning college credits, which is very exciting. So again, students should speak to their high school counselor if this is something that they're interested in learning more about. I'm now happy to turn the mic over to my colleague Rosanna, who's going to tell us a little bit more about our LSAP, or English Learner Summer Academic Program.
Thanks, Corey. Good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes a todos. I'm here to talk about our English Learner Summer Academic Program. We have 3 programs, one for our elementary students, one for middle, and one for our high school students. Our elementary programs will run from July 11th until August 5th. I do want to note that that is a different timeline to the other summer programs we've just heard about. So again, from July 11th until August 5th. The program's available for current pre-K4 students all the way through current 4th grade students. And we are going to have 4 sites where this program is offered. It's an in-person opportunity for our English learners, as Corey said, who are newcomers and at the beginning of their English language development, to engage in hands-on activities, outdoor explorations through which they're going to build their English literacy while they're continuing to develop greater content knowledge. Our middle school program is open from July 5th until August 5th, running the full 5 weeks of DCPS Summer School. That program is open for current 5th graders all the way through current 8th grader students. The program will be both in person, and there is a virtual option for students who cannot attend at one of the in-person locations. And again, this too is an opportunity for our English learners to develop their language skills alongside really rich, engaging, hands-on activities and learning. There's a strong focus on literacy development, and there's a strong focus on building community within each of our LSAP sites. For our high school program, which again is available from July 5th to August 5th, it's a 5-week program. This is open for our rising 9th graders, so students who are current 8th graders, all the way through current 12th graders who may still need a credit or two before graduating as part of the Rainbow graduation in August. Our high school LSAT program is going to be available at several high school sites. We will also have a virtual option, again, for students who cannot connect and engage in person. During our high school LSAT program, very similar to the high school summer school program, students may earn up to 2 full credits. They can take a morning class of 3 hours and an afternoon class of 3 hours. Those class selections are based on counselor approval, and so students in the high schools should work with their school counselors, and we'll give also points of contact on the next slide in addition. The last point on the high school LSAT program is similar to our general education high school LSAT program. For English learners, they will have the opportunity to complete workforce development modules, and they will have the opportunity to participate in an earn and learn stipend program, regardless of their documentation status. And I want to emphasize that, as we are lucky enough to be here in DC, which is a sanctuary city. So again, there is a learn and earn stipend available for our English learners in our high school LSAT program if they complete all 5 weeks and complete all the requirements. On this slide, you'll see all of our sites for the elementary, middle, and high school LSAT program. At the bottom of each quadrant or block, you'll see the point of contact for folks who have questions about our elementary LSAT program. You can contact my colleague, Erica Pereira. For our middle school LSAT program, you can feel free to contact Nicole Ugel, my colleague. And for the high school LSAT program, you can feel free to contact me, Rosana de Mamos. I want to emphasize that for all of our families, you can send us messages in English or in your native language. We want to make sure that language is not a barrier to your enrollment and engagement in our programs. Thanks very much, and I'm turning it back over to Corey.
Thank you so much, Rosanna. So to round out our summer program descriptions this evening, I just want to talk for a moment about ESY. We will have students with IEPs likely enroll in all of the summer programs that we just described, but we do have a special program for certain students with disabilities who have been identified by the student's IEP team. So the team, in partnership with the family, has determined that the student would qualify for ESY, and that is extended school year. So that's an opportunity to continue their learning throughout the summer, focused on students meeting the goals of their IEP. This program does run on a slightly different schedule than some of the others. So it begins on July 11th and runs roughly 4 weeks and ends August 4th. We have programming for ESY at the elementary, middle, and high school levels, all the way up through our C5 students. And these are, again, just a really great opportunity for students to continue their progress that they've been making during the year toward meeting their IEP goals. And we're thrilled to be able to offer that programming again this year. So we've given a ton of information tonight about some great summer opportunities, and many of you are probably wondering, how can I learn more? The really important thing is the website that is listed in that red box there, dcpsreopenstrong.com/summer. On that site, you will be able to find descriptions of all of the programs that we've voiced over tonight. You can find out how you can register, review the dates, and if there are any criteria for being eligible, you can see that as well. So that is the best place to go. There's also contact information there in case you need to ask any further questions. So we want to thank you so much for being with us tonight. And just another quick reminder that it is enrollment season. And I have happily enrolled my 3 DCPS students for next year, and I hope you have too. Please take a moment, if you haven't already, to fill out the online enrollment forms. We want to see you back in the fall. We're so excited that you've chosen DCPS, and we want to continue to serve you and your students and any new students in the coming years. So thank you, and I think we'll have a few questions now.
Yes, and now we'll move on to the question and answer portion of our program. As a reminder, if you would like to ask a question, you can press 0 now to be added to our speaker queue. Or if you're joining via social media, you can comment your question on our Facebook and Twitter live streams. So for our first question, let me see. Will devices be offered for virtual learning if that is available?
That's a great question. Corey, may I
Yes.
address? So for our students who are engaging in full-time virtual programming, you will be receiving your device from your home school, and that will be before the end of this school year. For our students who are engaging in in-person learning, if there's a need to use devices, that will be provided by the host summer school site during the school day.
Awesome. I think the next question is actually for you too as well. I have a neighbor who is new to the district and may need language assistance. Who can they go to for help in applying for the summer programming?
It's a great question. So again, my name is Rosanna DeMamos. I'm the only Rosanna DeMamos in DC government. Feel free to email me. Essentially, for any families that are new to the district, what we can do is we can pre-enroll you. We can work on pre-enrolling you in your homeschool for the fall. And that way we can support your needs and your children's needs during the summer, whether that's in elementary LSAP, middle school LSAP, or high school LSAP.
Rosanna, would the family go to their homeschool? Is that the easiest way to do that?
That's a great question. So what the family should do is probably go to the homeschool where they'll be enrolling for the fall. You can also visit our Welcome Center, which is located at McFarland Middle School. And McFarland Middle School is located at 4400 Iowa Avenue Northwest. When you arrive, ask for the Welcome Center staff, and you'll be directed down to our office, and my colleagues at the Welcome Center can help facilitate your enrollment. They can work with you, connect with your homeschool, and we'll make sure that you're supported through the process.
Thank you. This question is for Wesley. Who can attend Leading with Pride and where will it be located?
Yes, that's a great question. So Leading with Pride, it will be happening at Ballou High School, which is, I believe it's in Southeast. And we have an open space, so there are no students that are turned away from the space, but obviously preference will be going to DCPS students, but we have students that can come from the charter system, from Montgomery Public Schools, PG, Fairfax, wherever you may find yourself. It is an open space for all students that identify as LGBTQ.
Awesome, thank you. And this question is about summer programming. Will there be field trips during summer school? And will meals be provided during the summer programming?
Meals will be provided. Yep, breakfast and lunch is provided in all of our programs each day. In terms of field trips, we have a couple of programs. So Corey mentioned Outdoor Pursuits is a good example where students will be going to different locations to engage in hikes, canoeing, other adventures. So it's mostly program specific. A lot of our partners that will be coming in to support elementary acceleration have a lot of staff and experiences that they're able to bring into the schools to be able to provide some of those enriching experiences right on site.
And another summer programming question. Will school start and end at the same time as it does during the year? And is there a possibility to opt in for half days?
That's a great question. For elementary, the programming hours are 9 to 4, so students can arrive a little bit early to get situated, but instruction will start by 9. Kids can start arriving around 8:30 or so, and then everyone has to be picked up by 4:30 at the very latest, so programming will end at 4. We would really encourage students to attend that full day. That way they'll get that full comprehensive experience of both those hands-on academics in the morning and that enrichment and drama and sports and arts in the afternoon. For some of the upper grades, the programming times can be a little bit shorter. I'll turn it to Corey.
Sure. I would just say for the middle school and high school programming, the core academic programming tends to be half day for middle school. Some high school students may need to take multiple courses, so they may have a full day. So it really does depend on the program. And I would just recommend going to the website, the DCPS Reopen Strong website, to see the specific hours for each program.
And similarly for LSAT, students have the opportunity to take just a morning class if that's what they choose. They can also participate in the full day. I would encourage all of our English learners to consider participating in the full day, as your stipend will be larger if you participate in the full day versus just taking one class.
We have about 3 more questions. So, will foreign languages be offered for middle or high school grades?
I'm sorry, would courses in world languages be offered for middle and high school grades? Okay. Definitely for high school credit recovery, there will be world language courses offered. It's driven by the demand in terms of what students need. For middle school, we have the Spanish 1 original credit. I believe that may be the only world language offered for middle school programming.
The next question, will my student need to provide their own instruments for band camp?
Oh, that is such a great question. I believe the instruments are being provided. I just don't know if what the full range of instruments is, but there is a point of contact listed on the website for band camp, and if you reach out to the music team, they will definitely be able to answer that and any other questions you have.
And then for the final question, can my high school age student do both the DOES Summer Youth Employment Program and summer school?
Yes. So the way that the Earn and Learn program works is students needed to register for with DOES to participate in Summer Youth Employment Program. If they do that, and then it turns out that they need to attend summer school, then they will basically be slated to attend DCPS for their Summer Youth Employment Program site. And so in that case, they will be participating in Earn and Learn. They'll be taking some some career-focused curriculum with us, and then taking their courses and having the ability to earn money. What is not possible is to do a full-time job outside of DCPS summer school and also do the summer school. They're kind of happening concurrently.
And it looks like we made it through all of our questions. Thank you to all of our DCPS panelists for presenting today and throughout the year. We appreciate your engagement and participating in our telephone town halls. We hope you have a safe and relaxing Memorial weekend.